Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's GentooMan here, also known as Rainy, and today's story time was supposed to be up a good couple days ago, not too many days ago, but a good number of days ago, but I've been super busy. I've touched on that, but I'm trying to make videos more consistently, so here I am recording. Now, I'm probably going to name this video something weird, but this is a story time about girls you encounter while clubbing. This is like 3 separate experiences, all on the same night, by the way. I'm just going to come up with a title now. You know what? I'm going to call this video A Tale of 3 Vaginas, which sounds like it would be the title of a really weird song. But yeah, that's going to be the title of this story time, so let's hop into it. So this story time takes place a couple nights ago. I actually got the idea to tell this story the night it happened. I was going to record it immediately, but then I did not. So there's a big festival going on in my city right now. It goes on for about 2 weeks when it happens. It happens every year. And they have guest stars, or guest stars I guess is the wrong word. They have musical guests coming to the festival, and it's like a music festival pretty much, and they have guest artists that you go see. You buy tickets for them, their event, they're on a certain night, and then you go and it's them and other artists, and it's you go to a place and it's almost like a club set up on these fairgrounds sort of thing, if that makes sense. That was the worst explanation ever. So anyways, as I try and compose my voice, just picture that, and that's sort of what was going on. And me and my girlfriend, we had bought tickets to two different ones of these events. We had gone to one the night before, and they were night after night, and now we were getting ready to go to our second one. Now, what we didn't know the first time is that gates open really early, and then there's a ton of different people playing, and usually the headliner that you buy tickets for isn't until really late at night, and so you can just go early and get a good spot. But we didn't really care about getting a good spot. We kind of just paid attention to what time the artist we wanted to see started, or the reason we found out is because they don't display it online. It's hard to find, but one of my friends was there, so I had him tell me what time the artist we wanted to see was actually going to be on. So unlike the night before, we don't show up to the second event until a lot later, because we just want to see the artist that we came to see, and we were kind of over the crowds because we had been there the night before, so we were just trying to do it differently. And from the beginning, honestly, it kind of started out as a shit show, because what had happened is a friend of mine, the one who I was just talking about, he had some weird fan pass thing where he got a ticket to the event, but then he also got a second one for getting his ticket, and then he could send that to somebody. So he sent me the ticket, so mine was basically free, and then my girlfriend wanted to go see the artist anyways, so she bought herself a ticket. So I had my ticket saved to my wallet on my phone, and I just had hers downloaded from the email that they sent me, or they sent her. It was just downloaded on my phone. And yeah, so we had 2 separate tickets. I scanned hers first, and it scans perfectly fine. Then we try and scan mine, and it doesn't work. So I end up having to call my friend, because they say when they scanned it, they said that the ticket was already used, which was definitely not the case. And I ended up having to call my friend to come to the gate to show them that his ticket was different, had a different code and ID and everything on it, and they still wouldn't take it. And the lady at the front was oh, well, you're just gonna have to buy another ticket. It's $160. You'll just have to buy another ticket because this one's not scanning. And I was not about to take that, so I just opened my phone, went on Google, went onto the tickets website, signed in, because you can see all the purchases and active tickets you have. And I opened my account, showed her it had my name and a ticket under my name, so I do in fact have a ticket. And luckily for me, she let me in after that. The funny thing is, I was carrying a water bottle while we were standing in line because it was really hot outside. And as we were getting closer to the front of the line, there's the little tables by the security people, and they were just full of water bottles. So it's okay, they're probably going to take my water bottle from me, which sucks. But they're probably not going to let me take it in. There was absolutely no fuss over the water bottle. I put down the water bottle, my wallet, and my car keys, and that's all I had with me, aside from my phone, but it was in my hand. And yeah, that was it. He's just yeah, you're good to go. And he didn't tell us we couldn't bring the water bottle, so we had water the entire time, so that was cool. So from there, me, my friend, and my girlfriend, we all went out to the main section next to the main stage, got ourselves situated in a good spot, and kind of just hung out there, listened to the music they were playing over the speakers until the actual artists got on stage, and we kind of just chilled there. And before long, the first artist got up on stage. It's an artist that I really like, and so it was really cool to see them. They were just going through their set, singing their songs. They were interacting with the crowd, and they actually put on a really good performance. But where this whole thing got weird is right about in the middle of the performance. So at these shows, it's like this every year. The crowds get really, really big, especially for like big artists, you know? And so you're basically in like a club dance floor, but you're like shoulder to shoulder with people, and people are like jumping around and pushing. And I personally hate the crowds. I only go for the music. The crowds fucking suck. It kind of ruins my night sometimes. Well, like briefly, I always don't regret it because the music is nice. I love live music, but the crowds are fucking terrible. So as much as I don't like getting like my feet stepped on and people bumping into me and like pushing and stuff, as much as I dislike that, I like what these other people did a lot less. So there's this guy and this girl that are standing right behind me, and they're like dancing together. Like, I think they're a couple. They might not be, but they might have just met that night, but whatever, doesn't matter. Point is, they were a couple of people at this point, so I'm calling them a couple. And this couple is like, they're hardly even dancing. They're just like violently making out. And that's it. Like, that happens at places like this. It's like, it be like that sometimes. So whatever. But I started having a problem with it because in this tight crowd, this dude just like slams this girl up against my back and starts making out with her like against my back like it's a fucking wall. Like, I can already barely move, and I like move my shoulders and like move myself back and like push them off as much as I can, but like there's no room to move, so I can barely do anything, so they're basically pressed up against me anyways. So as if that isn't fucking terrible enough, the dude starts he starts like touching her, if you know what I mean, like down there, and she seemed to really enjoy it, considering the moistness of her enjoying it hit my fucking leg. Like I said, it was really hot out that day, so I was wearing shorts, and because I decided to wear shorts because it was hot outside, I got this girl's fucking, you know what I mean? It was on my leg, and it was horrible. This is one of those points where I'm like, oh, at least I had the water bottle because I was able to like use some of the water to like wash my fucking leg. That's like one of 3 experiences I'm going to touch on in this video. So let's get into number 2. And before number 2 started, it was actually pretty chill. Like I said, the crowds suck, and they always are going to suck. So the rest of the concert, like, the music was really good. The crowd sucked. And towards the end of like our, like the final artist set, me and my girlfriend and my friend, we kind of left the crowd because we were over it. And we were like standing more so towards the bars where nobody was because everyone was in the crowd. And we kind of saw the stage from a distance, and we were kind of just chilling there because we're like, I don't want to deal with the crowd leaving, and like we're kind of over it, and we're just kind of standing out there. Like, at this point, I have to go to the washroom, so I excuse myself. I go find the washroom, and it's just like a bunch of porta potties because it's like an outside event. So there's like alleys upon alleys of porta potties. But there's a bunch of people there, so you got to look and see which ones are locked, which ones are unlocked, and like which ones are vacant, basically. So after looking for what felt like probably like 14 years, I finally found a porta potty that had like the green instead of the red to make it look like it was not occupied, so I could, piss. But unfortunately for me, the porta potty was not correct when it told me it was vacant, because it really was not. I opened the door just because I have to piss, and I find this guy and this girl, and this guy has this girl like folded in half like a piece of fucking paper, and he is just going at her. So I like quickly close the door and like distance myself as much as I can to a different porta potty alley. Like, I know some people are into like public sex and whatnot, but a porta potty is a choice for sure that I unfortunately got way too good of a view of. Sorry about the loud noise. Something like fell. I'm gonna go like find out what that is in a minute. But anyways, the third thing happened not even 5 minutes after that. Like, it was like probably a minute, maybe 2. But I finally find an empty porta potty. I go in, I piss. That was the only thing I was trying to do. It was really not rocket science. I leave the porta potties. It's like a maze of porta potties. I get out of the maze, and then I go back to where my friend and my girlfriend are standing. And I stand next to my girlfriend. She's like, look to your right. Now, on my right, there was like this little, it was like a step up almost. You could, like, well, you kind of had to climb for it, but it was like almost like a stage on the side. And there was a bunch of people standing there, and they were like dancing. It was like a side stage almost, but it wasn't like a stage, if that makes sense. Like, people were standing on it, and they were dancing. And my girlfriend tells me to look over, and I do, and I just see like, normal stuff, like people dancing and grinding on each other, like typical club stuff. But as I'm looking, my girlfriend leans over to me and she's like, that girl's not wearing any underwear. Now, I'm not entirely certain why my girlfriend felt the need to point this out to me, but she was right. There was this girl who was dancing and wearing some very loose jean shorts and nothing underneath them. And my girlfriend just thinks this is funny. Like, she just kind of, like, is silently trying not to, like, kill herself laughing. She thinks it's really funny, and I'm just confused, mostly as to why she felt the need to show me that, but also just, like, in general, because the past 2 minutes have been so strange. Anyway, sorry, that was like a weird-ass anthology of stories about random women's vaginas, but now I think you see why I titled this video like I did. So yeah, moral of today's story, there's 3 different morals. Moral number 1, don't push your girlfriend onto someone's back and make out with them, or do anything else against someone's back. Speaking from experience, they don't like that. Also, maybe don't have sex in a porta potty, and if you're going to, I'd say make sure it's locked. And also, if you're gonna not wear underwear, wear not loose clothes, I think. I don't know, man. Women in clubs are weird. Sometimes they'll be funny, sometimes they'll be really nice, sometimes they'll accidentally flash you, sometimes they'll be a bitch. I don't know, it's just how it is. I'm realizing now as this recording is ending and as I'm getting towards the end, this is kind of a really dumb story, but I'm uploading it anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. With that said, that's going to do it for this video. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Y'all know the drill at this point. I am noticing huge numbers, I mean not huge numbers, but huge for me numbers on recent videos. That is amazing. We are over 450 subs at this point. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for watching my content. I love you all so much, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Later.